Hey yo, is this thing on? Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy Rich right here. It's your boy Rich Southern Cali. The Outlaws are back. Didn't know like nope. This is the best show on the block. Guaranteed to be the best. Some else, some new, some original. Somebody teach you to break outside the box, restructure your mindset, reanalyze the norm, get you to think, implement, strategize, re-strategize, blueprint, put it all into effect, and see what you come up with that's different from this current position. So, what I mean by that is that what I mean by that is that we're trying to get somewhere. I believe some of us are trying to achieve things and get to places and see things and do things and experience things and achieve things such as finances and career oriented education, living situations, vehicle transportation. So I'm trying to think of all the things that we tend to run into in life that make the life experience a little bit more magical, right? A little bit more blessed, a little bit more enhanced, a little bit more than just a boring day to day. I'm in my room, right? So, I'm gonna give you an example of me. And why am I? So, anyways, break it down for you. So, I want to go work out. Look, oh, right? I think I'm looking right. You know what I mean? Like, not big, but I'm cutting. So, I'm cutting right now. And so, hopefully, in like 3 months, I'll get the progress status through videos, I guess, and in person of, I don't know, maybe I could lose 10 pounds. I'm hoping I could lose like 10 pounds, 15 pounds. That will be sick. Because then it will be like more of the midsection, hopefully. And then, I don't know. See, I'm not that big. But I do feel heavy. And I do believe that I could achieve more than I've already achieved. And also, this was the original goal to get to a certain weight and then experience a certain lifestyle dynamic when it comes to athletic abilities and the things I'm able to experience with that type of strength and abilities and knowledge to back it up with all the training process to teach anybody to get those type of results. Um, that makes sense, right? So I want to get there. It doesn't matter how old I am. It doesn't matter what I'm going through. I'm so shit faced focused on reaching these certain milestones in life that I'm sure that there's other people who also have this want, need, tendency to pursue things. And it all starts here. I think everybody's room is different, but it all starts here. You know what I mean? Like it all starts in your little surroundings or humongous surroundings. It just depends on who you are. And some people don't have shit. So I mean that's even more humongous surroundings because it's basically like the whole world is your oyster at that point. And I got like these memories of being out in the wild, right? I came from the wild. You know what I mean? I'm a gutter bug. And I'm educated and shit like that. Like I've read books and you know what I mean? I'm able to learn and process. Yet my circumstances were very meek and pity and petty. I think that the fucking word is petty. It was pretty petty. Like I really enjoy. Like the thing about it was is that I really enjoyed the circumstances while I was living out those circumstances. I was kind of having the time of my life, but I want to emphasize that I was still going through the motions that anyone else would go through in those life bullshit ass circumstances of not having a stable place, running water, electricity, food, anything. Like you didn't fucking have anything. And then when it rained, you're on like you know what I mean, out in the elements. And I didn't have a shack or anything. I just kind of had like a sleeping bag. And when it fucking rained in the wintertime, I had this umbrella. See, this was the trick that I did. So I found like this weird little space um, by the freeway, and there was like this like little kind of like patio type of porch type of like just this little bit of space that was blocking the rain, so you could kind of like scooch in there like this and put a freaking umbrella over you, and you just had that much space. And so I was in my sleeping bag, and I put a trash bag over my sleeping bag, so the trash bag kind of came up to like here, right? And I was like this in it, and then I had the umbrella like this, and I was like up against the gate, and it was kind of like a gate, and in the back, so I was kind of like this in the corner of it, and I was kind of like fell asleep while it was raining, and I woke up and it was still fucking raining, right? Luckily, I was able to hold still in position all night without fucking up, even when I was dead ass asleep and doing something wild like stretching or something and getting wet, because it literally rained all fucking night. It rained all night and day, every day for like 2 or 3 weeks at some point that winter time. It was horrible. It was fucking horrible. I had some other memories of different things. I remember one time in Venice Beach, it was like rainy season. It was like rainy season, and I got caught up in one of the worst storms. And in that moment in time, for me personally, in my little outdoor adventures, it was one of the worst storms. Fucking dead ass. The drops of water came down so hard. All of that. Just describe that, right? And I ended up running into the restroom, and I fucking locked it. Luckily, it was clean, like somebody had just cleaned it or something, and there was a couple extra rolls of toilet paper, but wet and really fucking cold. And when I opened the door to look outside, it was drenched. Like the weather was bad. So I was like, I guess I'm sleeping in here tonight. And I was sleeping in the restroom, like right next to the toilet. Like, all right, so the toilet was right here, and I was back to the door, so I was kind of facing the toilet. And then over there on the toilet, on the corner, I lit a fire with the toilet paper, and I kept kind of feeding it a little bit of toilet paper at a time, and it really kind of like heated up the atmosphere for the most part a little bit. And then luckily I had my backpack, and I had a lot of little trinkets and stuff, and I didn't actually have like a blanket, but I was able to layer up some clothes. And I remember I had some blunts and shit like that and weed, and so rolled it up, smoked it, hotboxed the bathroom all night. It was kind of really cool. You know what I mean? It was an experience. And I woke up the next day, like crack of dawn type thing, really, really early. And it was just a normal day all over again. It's really beautiful, like nothing had ever happened. I just walked out of there. And then right outside, there was a shower, right? The beach showers. So I took a shower real quick, dry cleaned off, and then disappeared. I just kind of disappeared into the elements. And I was having a lot of fun playing tennis, basketball, skating, riding bikes, fishing, camping on the beach when it wasn't raining, partying, going to like different venues right there on the strip of Venice, and I don't want to say the names of the places or whatever. Just go check it out. It's really fun. It's a lot of fun. So there's North Venice, there's the main drag in the middle of Venice, and there's South Venice. It all gets pretty cool in the middle of the night. It just depends on where you go. And it gets really cool during the day sometimes. It just depends on how the crowd is moving that day, I guess, or whatnot. I mean, the weekends light up a little bit more during tourist season, and it's a lot of fun. So I went up to Santa Monica too, and I got stuck in Santa Monica for like, it rained for like 3 days straight one time. It was wintertime again. And luckily, it was like another little space like this, but it was like a cubby on a wall. So, anyways, you could obviously tell from my little stories that I've been in fucked up positions. Like, I'm just going on and on. I gotta stop myself from telling you these stories, like these little fucked up ass stories. So Rich, what's your video all about? So I wrote down these topics, and the topic is stick to the routine. So what I mean by that is, how did I elevate from that position in life to the current status position that I'm living today? So I want to like introduce you to like my current life and lifestyle without giving you too many details, and but I'm just exampling it out. I don't want to get 2 hour video. I just want to lay the foundation of these ideas that are fundamental to change your reality. Okay, they help me, so I know it's proven to work. They might not be particularly made for you, but I know some people are going to gravitate towards these ideas, and it's really going to help them out. It's going to help them heal certain aspects, mind, heart, body, and soul, or figure things out that they weren't able to figure out on their own, or nobody around them was intelligent enough as I am to figure these things out and then teach them to you in a manner that's more loving and nurturing and kind and caring, right? I'm not the young, I mean, I'm not like a sensitive, but I'm trying to not yell. I'm trying to not yell. I'm trying to not, you know what I mean, you have a ruckus at 10 o'clock at night. So you got to stick to routine, okay? That's what really helped me out. So there might be somebody out there watching this video right now, and you might be a bum, or you might be in the progress of growing up to a certain age, or you might be like a recovering addict when you're 40, 50, 60 years old. Something went wrong and you're trying to figure life out. You got in some dire circumstances at some point, and you're trying to start all over again, or you're starting for the first time, and you got that cushion where you're still in a home, or you have a phone and you're on the streets and you saw this randomly and you're trying to get off the fucking streets. How do you do it? Step one, use all the resources available to you. All the resources available to you. They were put there as a blessing from the universe to help you. That's step one. I don't know what it is. Food pantries, use those resources. They're there to accommodate your bum ass, or all the categories in between. Then do you have the Goodwill or the secondhand clothes, or if you go into like the more ghetto areas or whatever, you'll have deals that you might be able to budget into whatever you're working with. So that's kind of how you go about. You go low maintenance. It's called low maintenance. You have to do everything low maintenance. So you might wear the same shoes, and you're working with a theory called minimalism, with less. So you have to be able to accept your reality with less. So the less you want, the less you spend. And the less you spend, the more you save. And the more you save, the more you're able to compound whatever you happen to just keep compounding it, because you need less to be happy. So you spend less to fulfill those needs. And then all of a sudden you have an excess of what life is giving you to work with. Like, stick to a routine. At some point, there's a resource out there for you to get some type of if you're in America, social services help. If you're dealing with the situation, there's like shelters in the cities, but I come from a small town, so there wasn't any shelters. But I got fucked up, stuck in the city, and the way I ended up in the position of getting the resources and help was, I was stuck on the streets. I had just drank a whole bottle of Tito's vodka. I threw it, it broke. I was crossing the bridge. I blacked out, I guess, because I can't remember a lot of the little walking pieces. But then there was a road, crossed it, and there was a tiny block, and then I crossed the street, and then right there was a corner, and that where the fucking cops arrested me. It was on 22nd Street or something, 22nd and Broadway or something weird. And then I ended up in custody, getting transported around basically all night. I couldn't really figure out what the fuck was going on outside or anywhere, and I drank the whole bottle, so I was pretty jacked up. So then I was presented I was taken to like the ninth floor. It was pretty legit. It was sick. So they had me underground a lot. They had me underground a lot, shackled up and all kinds of shit. Transported. I got transported around the city, around like 4 or 5 different buses to different precincts. And we just stood there and waited while I was being taken to a certain location. And it wasn't a direct route. It was like, I gotta take you here, so you get on this bus to take you to this place, and then from there you gotta go to this place. That we want you. So when I got there, I met the judge, and she goes, "What do you want? You're in here for this. Like, do you even does it register? I want to look. I can't remember even doing that shit." She was like, "I kind of figured it'd been a long time. You've been on the run, so it's been a long time. You've been on the run for a long time. It seems like you're pretty chill. What do you want? Like, how can we work this out? What do you want? Because you're facing this." I was like, "Oh shit, really?" She was like, "Yeah, kind of." We're really relaxed about it. I'm like, "Come on, just straightforward. I'm in here. I'm drunk. I'm not that guy. Like, I'm not that guy, but I am that guy in this position, facing this." And it's kind of fucked up, but at the same time too, I mean, it's an opportunity to get off the street. So I was kind of excited to be locked up for a certain period of time. And I felt as if I was going to get my meals because I wasn't eating very properly. I was very, very, very malnutrition. And if I ever got to touch food, I was eating it fast. And it wasn't, I would just eat a lot. I would just eat a lot. And I think to this day, I still got that kind of like habit of overeating. And it's just like impulse, I guess. I got to stop myself. But I was told, "What do you want? Like, because this is it. Like, what? How do you want to bargain? How do you want to haggle this?" And I told her, like, "You know what? This is for real, for real. I mean, I don't know how this is gonna change or it's not gonna change. I don't know, but I don't know how to incorporate what I would particularly feel as if would do me justice and really help out my situation and circumstances a lot, and also like." In collaboration with you, it would be something you would be proud of to have served me. I want to go to rehab and get off of the alcohol because I'm strung out. I'm on the streets. It ruined my life. She goes, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, I want to fix my life. I'm tired of being a loser bum." She goes, "Who told me? Who told you you're a loser bum?" I was like, "Everybody. Like everybody on the streets, they call me loser bum, and they look at me funny and they treat me bad." And it kind of like I feel like really worthless, and it's really shameful and embarrassing, and it's really like a morbid type experience to wander through society knowing that I could be there, and I probably was there before, not exactly in the city, but I was living a normal life. I just haven't got on my feet in this particular city, and a big part reason was kind of weird. I got hurt. You see my finger, how it came out? It kind of fucking weird, right? Okay, so I got hurt. And I never went to the hospital. I did all the medical stuff on myself. Another story, another time, right? And so it took a lot of time to like do the mind, body, and soul healing of the trauma, healing of the nervous system, the physical nervous system, emotional nervous system, the mental states, the freaked out ass mental states that accompanied all the weird things my body went through as I took on this journey when it was dealing with health, right? I was out on the streets, and it's a long story. I could do like 50 fucking videos on this shit to explain it to you. Yet I was approved. I was approved, and they gave me a year of sober living. I did that. And then while I was there, I ended up getting a job. and I was released every day to go to work. Then I saved up money to buy a car, cash. So it's an older vehicle, but it's mine. I ended up scraping up to get the car, the vehicle. So it takes me to go see my kids, all that shit. It's pretty sick. Working back every day. And then all in that year. And then I was released. I did a halfway home because everybody was scared. I was like, oh, you're gonna relapse on alcohol, like fuck, you can end up at a bar or something. So I did a halfway home for like a month and I didn't like it. And I had money saved, so that's when I rented this spot. So now I got this spot. So I was releasing everything. All the court said, yeah, my records expunged, everything. Flying colors. The judge was impressed. And I was in love. I was in love with the women who really stepped up and helped change my life. That was the truth. I know formalities. I think she was married. You know what I mean? I would see her here and there, but I don't know who she was until I saw her in front of me, right? Because you have to walk corridors. I don't know how I ran into her for a little bit prior and then after ran into her, and but I kept seeing a wedding ring, so I was like, oh, she married. But the fantasy, the imagination of like, wow, like life distributed that female to me to help me and get my situation on a better level. And every time I would check in, every like month or two or three, depending on how the circumstances was that she wanted to see me again, she would always remember me, and she would tell me, "Oh, you look better. You're doing well. Like, wow, you really surprised me. You're doing way better than I thought you would do. Keep up the great work. I'm proud of you." Wow. And then at the end of it all, after a year, like, I still really miss her. You know what I mean? And all the other females that helped me along the way too. There was another one. I don't want to really get into feelings and shit, but she was one of those. I wish it could have been different, but she was the one that worked with me the most, and it was one of the most amazing experiences to get close to somebody, emotionally bonding without crossing the boundaries verbally or physically, and doing things that would ruin that person's credentials in life, because that person had a professional job and me, I was trying to get my life back together, and they were my helper in the situation, and I was in depth to that person's advice, right? And that person just above and beyond, female, beautiful, all the figure, everything in the most respectful way. Wow, right? So I had that type of situation. The resources showed up, and I put all the hard work behind taking full advantage of the resources. So I'm gonna do another video, and I'll talk about the actual routine. So I basically set up the scenario. I'll catch you later.